Almighty God, you have blessed us with memory, reason, and skill. Help us to use them wisely in the service of our town government. We ask this in thy holy name, amen. We'll salute the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I would like to have a moment of silence to remember our John Paul teacher who passed a week or two ago. Amen. Thank you. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to address the board?
Yes.
Yes, Bruce.
Bruce Seegert from the zoning board. You have in your hands, I hope, the letter that I sent. We'd like to update the zoning laws for the town. It's been a long time since it's been done. And we'd like your approval to go out and have people present their ideas to us that do this type of thing so that we can get this rolling. And Mr. Tatro has some comments perhaps.
Yeah, contacted Scott Allen from AES out of Plattsburgh. He's done some planning and zoning work for the village of Rouse's Point, so I'm sort of familiar with him. And he's agreed to come to the next zoning board meeting to sit with, the members that are on this committee are from the zoning board, and Steve, I guess you're the liaison, and see where we're at, what we're doing, and if he can help us or give us some ideas as to where we can go and the possible costs. I figured we'd start with him, he's local, and then you have the quote from River Street Planning. If you want them to come, I can contact them for the following month and see what they have to offer, because this is not cheap, and it's not gonna be done overnight, so.
Just for informational purposes, when was the last time that it was actually updated, do you know?
We've updated some of the laws off and on over the course of time, but we've never took a long, hard look at everything. And things have changed. I mean, it was enacted in '94, and things are different now than what they were then, so. One of the questions that Scott Allen asked me was, is it the zoning law or the comprehensive plan? And we've looked at the comp plan, and basically I kind of think that that's still what it is today, what it was when it was done. So I don't know that we need to do that, but we can show it to them, and, you know, of course, these guys like to spend money, so.
And any town board member is welcome to come to these presentations.
Yeah, the meeting's gonna be, the first one, we have a zoning board meeting this Thursday, and I'm gonna try to have him do this after our regular meeting, sort of a workshop thing. So,
What time does the meeting start?
it's at 5:30.
5:30.
I figure by about an hour, and we should be done the zoning business, and then we can, you know,
Okay.
let him address the board as to
I know
what we wanna do.
We've been talking about this for quite a while, so
Yeah.
we need to move on this. Thank you for coming, Bruce, to bring that to our attention.
I make a motion that we have the planning board go forward with this.
I'll second the motion. Yeah.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any questions? All those in favor?
All right.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Anybody else wish to address the board? Yes, Dave.
Steve Ashline, Hayford, Champlain. It's about the letter of denial, Larry, for we requested the speed sign on that section of Hayford Road past down to the golf course, then comes out to Prospect Road, which got denied. We feel, or we believe, that the time they did the survey is not adequate to give a true picture of what's happening on that section of the road. We'll say from May till October 1st. We would like to see them do another survey either in May or June while the golf course is at its peak, and also while the buses are still running on the road as well. Now, they also mentioned in the letter there are some appropriate actions which could be taken, possibly to reduce speed, and I would agree with that also because there are several houses that are in that little section of road. There are several houses that are only approximately 50 feet from the road and maybe less. So maybe some type of sign could be put up also saying, you know, in a particular area, say reduce speed or something. The main thing is, I don't think it was fairly done at that time of the year, being in February. You know, I think to get a true picture, they need to do the survey between May and June, when they'll see a lot of difference then than they will when they did it in February. That's all I got to say.
We agree with you. Alan, you want to address that issue at all?
Well, I spoke to Al Rasco about this last Wednesday, a week tomorrow, and he suggested that I bring it back up. I resend the petition back in, redo the whole thing again, and put like a time frame, like which I had suggested, put a time frame and have it done before school gets out, so they know when the school buses and everything's in the picture.
Right.
But I don't guarantee anything.
Oh, no,
And if
But-
that don't work, well, then I'll put reduced speed signs, I'll get along with the county, I'll get one of them county guys that do this all the time, and see what kind of signs we can put up.
I think at that time of the year, if it's done in May or June, I think they're gonna get a realistic, what we're trying to say.
Oh, definitely.
It's hard, we're not just making it up.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a pretty good volume there from May till
Probably came in the
October.
middle of January, probably came in the middle of an afternoon, when you probably got 10 cars.
My understanding was they did it sometime in February.
Are there any restrictions on that road right now?
Not that I know of. There
No.
used to be one when that Serendipity school was there,
Right.
but since the
That's
school's
been
been
long.
gone, there's
That was-
nothing, it's
right.
55 miles an hour.
19 years ago.
Right, that's it, it's the only restriction that we were able to find.
Yeah, because you're seeing tractor trailers, and obviously the golf course needs deliveries, and they're gonna take tractor trailers in there for
Sure.
whatever
It's
they
a
get
shortcut.
delivered of.
It's a shortcut
But-
to Ross's Point.
Yeah, there's tractor trailers going down there that, I stepped out in front of one just to slow it down.
Also, I don't like to interrupt, but also, speaking of trucks, these aren't trucks, okay? There's a few times last summer, the people that brought the property on Prospect Road, on the left-hand side going into Rouse's Point, all that whole section through there, I don't know if that's Rover, so I don't know who it is. But one morning, I was up early, and it was about 7 o'clock in the morning, and 12 of those huge farm machineries. Don't get me wrong, I got nothing against farming, it's good. But 12 of those huge machineries, one behind the other, going down the Hafer Road, taking up 3/4 of the road. And being a new road, I mean, if this continues, that road's gonna be shot in no time. And I was wondering why they can't go up to 276 down and then on the Prospect Road, that's where they're headed anyways. I know it's a shortcut. There again, there's another scenario, another shortcut.
Can we put a weight limit on that, Alan?
I mean, those things gotta weigh something. Wow, 12 of them in a row. I mean, one behind
You
the other.
can
I
put
mean, that-
restrictions, I'd have to look into it, what kind of restrictions I can put for weight. But,
Phew.
you know, it's a touchy thing, telling a farmer not to go down there.
Right, I would agree, you know, but, you know, I mean, I know all the towns, the state, everybody's short on money. You just put a new road in, you know. If things like that continue, I mean, it would be useless to have the road in because in no time it's gonna be gone. I mean,
Well, we just want you to know that we agree with you on, we should take another look at it, and we will. Alan will,
Yeah, I'll find out if I can put restrictions and what I can do for speed limit as far as, I don't know, I talked to Al Rasco, he didn't seem that I'd have a possibility, but he said there's always that chance,
Who governs that, the state?
the state. But the
You
state's
know, the
got
town
something
road.
in the legislature now, they're trying to let the towns put their own speed limits in. Hopefully that goes through.
Right now, if it's not marked, it's 55 miles an hour, anywhere in the state.
Really?
if the town had control over it, we've been over with by now, we would have.
Oh, yeah.
I just had another road, the Creek Road, on the other side of town, I put in last year, and they turned it down. And it's quite something to get that.
you know, I would imagine.
Yes, Shirley?
Hi, Shirley Walker, Hayford Road. I agree with Steve said and what John said. I walk that road a lot. Always have. You gotta just Keep an eye open all the time. It's very dangerous. A lot of times I go to Ross's Point because of safety. A lot of people jog through there. We have people riding bicycle through there. We live there. And anybody wants to come, they're more than welcome to see that traffic, especially when that golf course opens. It's unbelievable. Somebody, sooner or later, is going to get killed.
In fact, I think there was an accident up near Collins some time ago. I think somebody had rear-ended Collins. Well, I don't know the circumstances, I don't know. It could have been his fault, I don't know.
Well, obviously, we agree with you.
Thank you.
If it ever comes to where the town can make their own decisions, we'll certainly take a look at it then again if that happens. And Alan will appeal that this spring. That's coming quick.
We would appreciate
Appreciate
it. Like
your
you said,
help.
I know it could happen, may not happen, but
Most people do not realize that a town cannot reduce speed limit, even on town roads, without state approval. Doesn't quite make sense, but
Doesn't make sense, does
but
it?
it's the law. It's the process that we have to go through. I can only think of one, Alan, that we got it reduced on.
Yep, I got it done on the Bay Shore Road about 7, 8 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is the reason why they don't,
They always come up with some reason, like this road here, I mean,
I mean, the town purchases the sign, right?
Yeah.
The town puts the labor together to put it in.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
is it possible that some of these people working for the state that are in the position to make a certain decision may not be?
Logical.
I mean, they might know where the area is, but have they actually seen it in action, you know what I mean? I mean,
I think at the time, the Bay Shore Road, there was an accident. A little kid got, really hurt, and I think that's what really pressured the issue.
We hate to see something happen before action is taken, that's the problem.
well, look at Plattsburgh, near the Van Hale section. Look at all the people that have been killed there in the last 3 years. They've had several major accidents there. The people that live along there have been trying and trying to get something done somehow, so they didn't have to cross over there. I mean, when it's foggy or raining hard or snowing hard, I can see an accident happening. They've had no luck either.
Okay, we'll keep you informed.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
We expect to do that probably in April or May.
Yep.
Send it in, get it done in June or May or June, whenever.
Okay,
And as soon as we get a response, we'll let you know that too. Okay,
right.
we hope for the best.
Okay, thank you.
Well,
Perfect. That's all we can ask for.
Right. We will do our part.
Thanks for coming in, guys.
Yeah. Oh, you can stay if you want. Up to you.
I would listen for a little bit.
I'll stay for a bit.
Designed to
Until
listen.
Donna gets dinner ready.
Brave man. Brave guy, isn't he?
I need approval of the minutes of February's board meeting, which was 14th, Valentine's Day.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of February 14th as written.
I'll second that motion.
Any questions on the minutes?
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. The town clerk's monthly report. We need to approve. If I could have a motion to accept.
I make a motion, we approve the town clerk's monthly report.
I'll second that motion.
Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay. A month or two ago, we got the final paperwork on the Pillsbury Road, which we took possession of. That has been sent back to the attorneys. We have not received the certified copy that it has been filed, but it's all been signed and taken care of. So we actually own the Pillsbury Road. Okay, just that's for your information only. The next letter is from our attorney pertaining to the Hayford Road Railroad crossing. It's a different issue than the other end of the road. As you probably know, a couple of years ago, we had a hearing. The railroad requested that the railroad crossing be closed and make it 2 dead-end roads, and we opposed that. We had a hearing, the judge agreed with us. We kept the road open with some restrictions on the railroad's part. And it's worked fairly well. We've had a couple complaints, but not a lot of them, as far as breaking the train open so it doesn't block the tracks for an extended period of time. If anybody ever sees that track blocked more than 10 minutes, you give me a call. I have the numbers of DOT and the railroad both, and they want to know those things. On that, if it's closed more than 10 minutes, okay? So, that hearing is been closed. It can be reopened only for special reasons. We had talked about putting a turnaround on the east side of that track. It did not come about, and it doesn't look like it will come about. But that could change in the future. Doubtful, but it could. That's about all I got to say about the railroad crossing. We fought hard and we won. I feel good that we kept the track open at least. Okay. The next 2 things on your agenda was both about the railroad crossing. We got a letter from the Office of Emergency Services. Can the town board do a resolution to remove Richards Way as an official private right-of-way? They're requesting this because since the owner has informed me that the trailers have been or are in the process of being removed and no longer need to have an official named road. Does everybody know where that is? You know where that is, Steve? John, you know?
Yep.
Okay. There was a private right-of-way road into a small development of 4 or 5 house trailers, I believe it was, and it's pretty much dismantled. And for the Office of Emergency Services, they would like to have that removed from our list of right-of-ways. Could I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to remove Richards Way as an official private right-of-way in the town of Champlain.
I'll second it.
Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. We got a letter from the JCEO. Our representative from the town of Champlain on that board has been Carl Shank. He needs to be reappointed. It's an April to April term. Carl has been on there for a couple of years. He's done us a tremendous job. He attends all the meetings, and I would hope that we would renominate him for that board. So, just the will of the board, I'd like to have a motion to that effect.
I'll make a motion to reappoint Carl to the board.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's carried. Thank you. You got from the Clinton County's Treasurer's Office, pleased enclosed to find a check for $17,872. It's always good news. These are for the pilot programs for the properties that are listed. There's 5 of them. They pay payment in lieu of taxes for I believe it's usually the first 10 to 15 years, depending. But its income to us is $17,000. Another letter from the Clinton County Treasurer's Office, which is always good news. It lists the monies that we were paid from the county in 2011. We had a total of $751,920 that we received from the county. Of that, $751,000, $583,000 was sales tax money. It's a big part of our budget. And you have the other things is the pilot programs. The mortgage tax was even over $50,000. So totally we received $751,920. That's good news, and hopefully this year it would be that or better. Strictly for your information. The Adirondack Tobacco Free Network sent us a letter. They're always encouraging limited or no tobacco use, and it's something that we've always supported. We have a smoke-free facility here. They're just thanking us for their assistance. So that's good news too. The real property office out of Plattsburgh, which works for us on Mondays and Fridays here in this building. They're here every Monday, not necessarily always in the office, they could be out doing appraisals. But on Fridays, for anybody that has exemptions or anything that they want filed, there's always somebody in the assessor's office on Fridays, okay? That's Mondays and Fridays. We got a letter here from the bargaining units. They just wanted to know if the bargaining parties have negotiated employees' contributions which result in employers paying 5% or less of the overall cost of the health insurance. Okay, we do not, we pay more than that, as you know. Okay. The PERMA, that's our insurance carrier for our workman's comp. It lists all the salaries of all our employees. To my knowledge, we haven't had any significant claims last year at all. Can you think of anything, Ellen? I can't.
No, we didn't have nothing big.
Nothing? No. Okay. It includes all our summer youth program workers also. Okay. We got a letter from Senator Little pertaining to the Mandate Relief Council. It's a website by the state where you can look up, and we've always, every municipality, school district's always looking for some type of mandate relief. I believe some might be coming because of the economic times, but I wouldn't count on it too much. It's a good letter, it's just a courtesy letter, I'm sure. You have your monthly dog complaint log for the month. Seems about the same every month, at least a full sheet. DEC, selling trees to be planted. You see that, Mickey, did you?
What is it?
DEC, you can buy trees, seedlings to plant trees along river, brooks, anything where there's possible erosion of streams and stuff. If anybody's interested, any farmer or any landowner on a brook or stream, if they need that information, please come in, I'll get you a copy of it. Okay. I probably should have showed this to Mickey earlier, I didn't. Do you remember a couple of years ago, Mickey, they requested to put a cable down through the lake
Yes.
all the way to New York City?
Mhm.
You know, and it's being challenged. And just because it happens to be in our district, we're part of Champlain, okay? There was a cable, there was electrical cable now, in water. Didn't make a lot of sense to me, but apparently it's an insulated cable of some type, but it's being challenged. That's strictly for your information. North Country Life Flight, that's the helicopter service for medical evacuations. Sent us a letter, I believe we give them $200 a year. Thank you letter from them. Julie got a letter here from Jan Duprey's office pertaining to, if you remember last month, we sent her a letter encouraging her to support only having 2 primaries. Well, the presidential primary will be in April, that's federal. But there was 2 state primaries, one for Assembly and Senate seats if necessary. And in September, there was going to be one for Congress. And they were going to try to put the June and September primaries together, so there'll only be one. It's strictly a cost-saving measure. We don't need to spend any more money than we have to.
Has that been approved yet, though?
No. Not to my
What are they
knowledge.
waiting for?
What are they waiting for? Sally Shivers.
Oh, okay.
You know who he is, eh?
Yeah,
Assembly Speaker.
yeah.
Nothing gets by unless he approves. It just makes sense to have two primaries, not to have two primaries, have one in June, be the most likely date, not the September one, but as long as they combine them, because elections are very, very expensive for us now, the whole election's here. Okay. And on the primaries, there will only be one voting site in the township of Champlain. It'll be here in this office. There will be none in Rouse's Point for primaries only now. There'll be just one polling place. And there's an upcoming conference at Bolton Landing. I do not go to it, that's for PERMA. They handle our disability, not our disability, but our compensation insurance. Alan, do you have anything on the highway?
Yeah, I'm enjoying this weather. We're saving money a little bit. Now, we've been saving money and using this weather for painting outside. We had two equipment trailers, we tore them apart, sanded them down, and we painted them outside. We can't paint inside the building, it's against the law, but using this weather to paint outside, we put all new floor in it, so that's a good plus for this time of year. We never get that chance to do that. And I got that old ditcher in the back, we haven't used in 4 years. Last year I put it up for bids, I only got one bid for $3,100 and I kept it. This year I got approached by the town of Shazy, they're looking to buy it for parts, they got one like it. Ours is pretty well shot, I mean, to put back on the road's gonna cost some money, but they got one just like it, they need parts. They offered me $4,000 for it. So I got a good mind to let it go, it's approved by the board.
They're gonna let you use it if you need
Oh,
one?
I'm sure.
Well, no, that's
Yeah.
one of the things that I think
Oh,
we
yeah, I'm
should
not
be
worried
doing
about
is
the
trying to,
Shazy.
get rid of that, but still have access to one,
Well, they help us out.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
get along pretty good.
Yeah.
Just the idea is that I just didn't wanna get rid of it without having board approval,
Mhm.
pass it by everybody.
Well, it would actually cost us money to bring it up
Oh,
to
it
speed.
would, it's beyond the point of putting it back on its wheels.
I got no problem. You can't let junk accumulate forever, you know? That's basically what it is.
We don't have to, if it's an intermunicipal thing, we don't have to put it out for bid.
Well, I did put it out for bids once,
Right,
and I only got one bid. And I never really closed it, put it this way, it's been for sale ever since.
Yeah, but if it goes for another municipality, it doesn't have to go out to bid.
no, I don't think so, yeah. I'll make a motion that we sell it to the town of Shazy for $4,000.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Just to get rid of some junk.
Well, it's a nuisance.
We'll work on that generator, we're gonna put that up. We'll look that over, we're gonna put that up for bid out there too.
Yes, I was working out there this afternoon, I looked at that.
We'll do something with that later on this year.
Well, we got surplus equipment, I put dollar signs in front of us, you know?
What are we gonna do, I'll leave that stuff sit there for 10 more years?
I don't do no good, it'll just seize up on you.
Julie, you have anything?
The only thing I have is last month at the zoning board, they appointed Bruce Seguin as chair and Jay Bouye as vice chair. So the board has to approve those.
Ooh.
Just got a bigger mouth.
I guess I need a motion to approve Bruce and Jay.
I so move.
I'll second that motion
I
gladly.
thank you.
Appreciate what you do, Bruce.
Larry, can we back up for 1 second?
All right,
On the water and sewer?
let me just take a vote on this one first, okay?
Yep.
Are you is it connected?
No, go ahead.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay, go ahead, John.
I missed this when you went by there. There's a rural water association down in Verona, New York, and Mickey and I are on the committee and there's Steve, but seeing how we just got a rural water grant, I feel it's quite important we attend their association meeting. And I'll get permission from the board to attend that.
No problem.
I'll make a motion to approve John's.
You made the motion?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'll second it.
Okay, thank you. Any questions? When is it, John?
It's
We should mention.
May the 21st through the 24th, but we don't go down the first day, it's just,
Okay,
they have a deal, we just go to the pertinent days.
okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
We got it.
I got another thing,
Yes.
the overhead doors in the garage. The doors itself are in good shape, I mean, I wouldn't touch the doors, but the hardware on the doors need to be looked at. We just had one there when I was gone, they closed the door one night and the cables broke. Somebody almost got hurt. I mean, the cables, the hinges, I mean, all in the track, all need to be repaired. As far as the door
When you say
itself,
repaired, you mean replaced?
yes.
Okay.
Some are worse than others, but, I was wondering if the board would let me go and get have a guy come in, give me an estimate on fixing all 6 doors.
So I think we should do, I don't wanna get one of those doors to fall on one of the people out there.
Well, not just that, you having to open those doors and, or close them, then it's cold out when those doors don't close, you know? It's happened before.
We have a line item for repairs on the building, so it needs to be done, we've only repaired them, I believe, since I've been here.
Well,
We
you
haven't
put
replaced
a
any.
hinge here, and you put a cable here, but they all every one of them's got a problem.
Well, this is a safety issue there, so I think we should go forward with
I
it.
have no problem, just get an estimate, bring it back to us, and
Okay.
we'll act on it. Does anybody else have anything? You got the post audit bills, I need to approve the monthly bills though.
I have to, have to read. Continental Corporation for $255.82 and True Value for $147.64.
Okay, those in front of you, plus those two that Julie just read.
I'll make a motion to approve the bills as read and also including the 2 that Julie just mentioned.
Okay,
I'll second it.
thank you. Any questions on any of the bills? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Mickey, did you have anything else you wanted to bring?
Yes, the statewide burn ban goes into effect this Friday, March 16th, I believe, through May 14th. So there's no burning, no garbage barrels, no lawns, no brush, no nothing. No burn permits. So it's a statewide burn, it's not the town.
What was that range of dates again? Just once?
March 16th, this coming Friday, through May 14th. It's statewide, so.
The only thing I was gonna add is that we're in the process, right, Mickey, with Matt, of working up those numbers for,
Oh, for the grant?
Yes.
Yes,
yes.
yes, that's due by the end of the month. They're gonna wrap that up. And then we have to apply for this round of grants. It's in the spring this year rather than the fall. That's that Northern Economic Development Grant, the big grant that round 1 came about. We didn't get in, but this time we're gonna be in. So there's a lot of work to do between now and May, so.
This is one of the discussions that we had a few months ago about, we're connecting with us not getting in that first round of
Right.
the regional grant process.
Correct.
This is what we're gonna focus on, is our town's input for the next round of that grant process. And what that involves is the West Service Road infrastructure. And we've had some really good meetings. I missed one, I apologize for that, but DOT's on board with us now, and also GSA is on board with looking at how their infrastructure can benefit from what we're putting together. So I'm encouraged. I think we all should be. That.
So I feel this is the best chance we're ever gonna have to get a lot of this stuff funded.
Right.
It may not all come from one particular grant, but overall, I think we have a better than even chance of getting funding for this
I agree.
because of the government components that are involved.
Right, I agree.
The GSA, got the future border patrol station,
Uh-huh.
you know, and just fixing a lot of our issues that we have in upgrading between here and the village and Rouse's Point even, so.
Right,
I don't know, I'm encouraged by it.
me too.
We'll see.
A month or two ago, I was asked if I do any update on the overpass on the Northway over here, the bridge that was gonna be replaced. And I called the engineer in Watertown, and he tells me that April of 2013, it will be going out for bid, and they hope to start construction in 2013 and finish in 2014. And the bridge will be slightly south of where it is now. The bridge that's there now will probably stay in place while they're building the new one. But there will be 2 roundabouts, and they felt that that was the least inconvenience, you might call it, to the businesses along there. Their original plan certainly wasn't a very good plan as far as we were thinking, as far as entering or exiting those businesses on Route 11. So this is somewhat better, but it's still 2 turnarounds, and it's slightly south, just south enough so they can build a bridge, I believe, and leave the old bridge intact while they're building the new one. So that's going out to bid in April 2013. They hope to start construction in 2013 and finish it in 2014. That's all we can tell you. So that's strictly for information only. Okay. Does anybody else have anything to bring before the board?
Yes, I have one more thing. I would like to thank Mr. Racine on behalf of all the fishermen in Kings Bay this year. That little access you put in, that is magnificent. A lot of people tell me that they really liked it.
I used it too.
Yeah.
It's very good.
No, it did work. I've heard, different people say it worked.
Well, I stop by there once in a while and talk to the fishermen, and they couldn't believe it took all these years to put something in so simple as that. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, we have no lake access, I mean, you have the mouth of the river and that's it, or Rouse's Point, and
There
that's
is
limited.
further up, I could put another one, if I feel that this one here is too steep.
Well, I think it worked, I mean.
I wanna see how the water's gonna
I'll beat it up.
beat it up for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure it's probably gonna take yearly maintenance, before the ice freezes every year, but as far as accessing the lake, the Kings Bay Road is nice, but some of that is on private property. I don't know how long they're gonna allow that to happen, but, if we could get access there, that would be nice too, but in the event we don't, this here does serve the purpose, and it worked out good.
Alan, is there any update on that, where we had looked at building to park 15, 20 cars there on the Scales Road, I believe?
No, I
Nothing?
haven't heard nothing from DEC back on that.
The wheels of government move very slowly,
Yeah.
you can get very
Well.
uptight and perturbed about it, but there's nothing you can do about it when the wheels move slowly. Well, they will keep moving. Okay, if there's nothing else, I need a motion to adjourn. Or did we already did?
I make a motion
No,
to
we
adjourn.
did not.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you all for coming. Come anytime.
Thanks, Sean.
Hey, you're welcome.
I gotta call Donna and find out what's for dinner.